Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Dr. D's. We are back with another video. So today we're going to be defeating Gear Dungeon 2 Stage 10, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Well, this is the strategy that I have been using. I've been doing so many takeovers, it's not even funny. And with these takeovers, this strategy right here is the most, I would say, free-to-play friendly strategy because there's a bunch of different ways that you can do it, right? I will show you guys exactly what I mean, but I can't take full credit for this because I actually watched a video from Almighty Sword. I'll have the video link in the description. I would highly recommend to go and sub to his channel. Get those subs up. D's Army, do your thing. You guys go over there, sub to him. He comes out with amazing strategies all the time. Definitely a fan of his channel. Dr. D's is anyway. But another thing that I want to mention before we jump into this, you guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Subscribe to Dr. D's. All it is a button. And also, if you are going to make a purchase, don't forget to use my Smile1 code. But let's go ahead and jump right into this. So we're doing a tank swap. We're letting them explode at the top. And I'll show you what I mean when we're going in. But we're doing a tank swap. Everybody has Olog. Most people would have Isolde. Isolde is pretty vital for this. We're going to use her for the left side, but for the tank swap, you're going to need Olog and preferably Baron. But if you want to use Brakir, you can use Brakir as well, but you have to have Elowen if you're going to use Brakir, mainly because Brakir is not going to regenerate health after his unyielding is up. But any tank that has unyielding, technically you could use them for the tank swap. You would just need to use Elowen's Wood Elf to heal them up. But at the same time, everyone should have Baron, so why not use Baron? Baron is an absolute beast for this. And then we have Estrid, you know? Hopefully you have Estrid. Once upon a time, she was very, very hard to get. Now she's pretty common. Everybody gets her, so hopefully you do have an Estrid. If you are on stage 10, more than likely you do. So you will need Estrid for the left side along with Isolde. There's only a certain amount of heroes that you could actually replace Estrid with. One of them would be Ardea. Ardea is a beast for that side. She could take care of that side, no problem. And then we have Volca. Everybody has Volca. We're using her for the bottom lane. And you could switch her with Ardea if you have Ardea. I just chose Volca for this strategy because everybody should have her, and we get her for free, right? So why not put her on full display? Now, if you're using Volca, you're going to need some pretty good gear on her. And on top of that, having Torador's Lord skill doesn't hurt, you know? You could do this without Torador's Lord skill, but it just makes things a lot easier when you have Torador as a Lord. Then here, let's see, we also have Lily. Everybody should have Lily. She's pretty easy to get. She's pretty common, and she is very vital for this stage. If you have Carnelian, Carnelian would honestly be better. If you don't have Carnelian, you're going to need Lily. Lily is an absolute beast for this, mainly because she'll keep Elowen alive. That's the main thing, because we're letting them explode at the top. When they explode, Elowen takes that damage. Without Lily, she's going to die. Or you could throw Carnelian in there. Carnelian would keep her alive, but Lily is pretty vital. Luckily, she is a pretty common hero. And then we got Elowen, or you could use Hollow. I chose Elowen because it's a lot easier with Elowen, but you need that rage regen. Also, Elowen just has incredible heals, right? And the Wood Elf also does help. And then we have Xena. So with Xena, she is definitely replaceable if you don't have her. But let me show you guys. So I'm going to go over the builds after, but I just wanted to show you guys this one thing. I don't even have her skills fully upgraded. That's how good she is. You know who opened my eyes on Xena? It was my guy V. Shout out to my guy V. He is a huge Xena fan, and he actually opened my eyes on how good she actually is. This chick is a booty clapping machine. You want to talk about the booty clapper 3000? That's what Xena brings to the table. I love Xena. I love Xena. I'm glad I built her out, and we don't even have to have her skills fully upgraded, guys. That's the beautiful part, right? That burst damage is just so insane, so insane. But if you don't have Xena, you would need to probably swap out Torador, and you would have to have Araka or some form of Piercer Lord. Then you could use Hex, or you could even use Talon. I use Talon for the top spot, but then you have to wait for them to explode. I don't know. There's a bunch of different ways to do this, but you do need a magic damage booty clapper to take care of the Volca clone in Estrid's lane, all right? So just keep that in mind. There's a bunch of different ones that you can use. I'm just using Xena because Xena's about that life, and I wanted to do a proper display on how good she is. And you know, a lot of you guys probably already seen a lot of these strategies from me, since I do go live quite often for takeovers, and quite often we are doing a Gear Dungeon 2 takeover because it's the hardest stage, right? So I've gotten accustomed, just from doing takeovers, accustomed to doing like so many different strategies. It's not even funny, but I really like this one. I like this one right here. And it's a lot of plug and play. You know, a lot of people have most of these heroes. Then let's say you don't have Xena. Guess what? You have Hex. Let's take out Torador. Let's throw in Hex. Let's throw in Araka or even Lunaria, someone to give him that extra block of range, right? So again, we're going to go over the gear after, but first let's put this on full display. Let me show you guys what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, I made myself a lot smaller just so you guys won't be able to see everything, right? So we're going to start with my girl Volca, and then right after Volca, we're going to lay out Lily. The reason why we're laying out Lily is because Lily is going to keep Elowen alive. You have to lay her in this exact spot, guys. So also I have the invigoration set on my Lily, so it gives Volca the 10% attack boost. And then we will go ahead and lay out Estrid. Oh gosh dang it, I always mix up their names. Estrid, Edith, Estrid. Sorry about that. Okay, Edith. And keep in mind, this gargoyle that comes out, all right, it's going to die. Once it dies, we need to hit Edith's ultimate so she pushes it back. The reason why we need to wait for her to die is because it's the first 2 basic attacks during each ultimate. She will knock back the enemies with 2 times strength. So if you hit it a second sooner, she's not going to push it back all the way, and she's going to basically ruin the whole strategy. So make sure you pop it right when the gargoyle dies. This bad boy right here making his way on in. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and lay out my girl Estrid. Holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Change it to 2 time. So the one thing that I will point out is, basically, just to simplify it, right? Volca will lay out 2 clones. There's the red clone. Just know you need magic damage booty clapping to kill the red clone. Then there's the purple clone. Just know you need physical / piercing damage to destroy that clone. That's the easiest way to think about it, guys. That's the easiest way to think about it. And when both clones are on the field at the same time for their lane, when they're both on the field at the same time, basically the clone that just came out will explode the other clone, all right? So just keep that in mind, guys, all right? Just keep that in mind. All right, let's go ahead and run it. And if you guys are wondering, Dr. D's, how do you do it? How are you so great at this Watcher of Realms game? I'm going to let you guys know the secret. I'll let you in on the secret, all right? It's the power of the Zen, my friends. The power of Zen. This little bad boy right here is very powerful, and it makes you achieve greatness. Hello. Go and pop that bad boy right in. All right, so let's go ahead. Okay, the gargoyle died. We're going to go ahead and pop the ultimate of Edith. She's going to knock it back. Let's go. She knocks it back. We're looking good. Right when we get enough for Isolde, we're going to lay her down. Okay. Okay. So right when he comes down, right, we'll go ahead and pop Estrid's ultimate. Let's go ahead and pop Elowen. The only reason I popped Elowen is because Estrid's and the Soulbound Arcana, we want her to do as much damage as possible in the very beginning. So right here, we're going to pop Volca's ultimate. Volca's going to clean these guys up. Estrid's going to take care of those guys. And now we need to lay out Baron. You want to wait until she does her Blood Moon or whatever it's called. You saw how she did the AoE attack. I think it's called Blood Moon, or you know what I'm saying, right? You want to wait to lay out Baron after that, just to preserve a little bit of HP on my guy. When Baron gets down to 0, when he gets down to 0% health, he has Unyielding for 6 seconds. Then he will regenerate health. He gets a little bit of health back. We let him get hit like one or two times, depending on how yours is built. But if he could take 2 hits, that would be the most ideal. And then you pop his ultimate, or you could just lay down, like right here. I'm just going to lay down a Wood Elf. Look at that. Bam, lickety split, getting his health back, no problem. We want him to go in Unyielding though, because we want him to die. Okay, hang on. Let me concentrate a little. All right, we're looking good. We're looking good. Okay. Okay. And what we are going to do, so again, I said just monitor Baron, right? That's the main thing. We want to monitor Baron, make sure he's going to be schmexy and all good to go. And we're not going to lay Xena down until after this clone right in front of Baron explodes, all right? I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. All right, let's let her do her bloodbath, boom, and he regains health. Let's go on his ultimate right here. And basically what's going to happen, the other clone is about to come out. This one's going to explode. Once it explodes, it keeps, Lily will keep Elowen alive because Elowen is the only one in range of the explosion as long as we keep the clone right there, okay? So the clone's coming out and it explodes. So now what we're going to do is, only because we're using Xena, ideally you would want to keep the archer in the front. But because we're using Xena, we want him to die. So let's let the archer pass a little. And then we're going to lay down Olog. And then we're going to lay down Xena. Xena, let me just say, man, my boy, V, he let me know. I know I already mentioned this, but a huge shout out to V because he's the one that opened my eyes on how potent Xena is. I mean, Xena's an absolute stud muffin of a booty clapper, guys. Just an absolute stud muffin. I love me some Xena, man. V, huge shout out to you, because this is your favorite hero. So let's go ahead and withdraw Xena. We're basically just using Xena for the magic clone. It's a perfect spot. You just lay her right there. She claps it like so fast. I mean, you guys saw that. You blink your eyes and the magic clone's gone. That's how good she is. That's how good Xena is, man. Okay, so boom. Okay, now we just play the waiting game. Now we are just going to play the waiting game. Okay, now we wait for it. We wait for it. So the whole strategy to this is just switching out the Baron and Olog at the top and just letting them explode. And then Lily keeping the squad alive. And if you are struggling, okay, so for this one, we're going to keep the archer in front. So we want to lay it down as soon as possible, mainly because we're not laying out Xena for this clone. This is the physical clone. So we're not going to lay Xena down. So just keep him out in the front, if possible. Let's go ahead and hit Elowen right here. Got to keep the squad alive a little. You know what I'm saying? And then hit Isolde and hit Astrid. And then change it to 2-time and watch them booty clap. So I'm going to drop my Wood Elf right here. Just to keep Baron alive a little longer. And we're going to wait for it. We're going to wait for it. So right here gets a little tricky. It depends on how good your Volca is built, because we need this gargoyle to die. We need it to die, guys. We really need it to die. But at the same time, we need to pop Astrid's ultimate. Also, these blood bats come in, and we need to pop Elowen's ultimate to keep the squad alive. So it gets a little tricky right here, a little tricky. Just keep up with your boy right here, all right? So wait for these guys' timer to go down. And if you're using Ardea, she's just going to absolutely demolish everything right here. Ardea is definitely the easier route right here. But okay, so their timer's almost at 0. We also got to monitor our Baron. So a lot of things you got to look out for. You got to monitor Baron right here because you got to pop his ultimate, right? If you don't pop his ultimate, he's going to die. He's going to die, guys. All right. So monitor Baron, monitor Astrid. All right, or the gargoyle, I should say. So these guys are about to come in. Let's go ahead and pop Volca's ultimate right here. Boom. Get a little booty clapping in there. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so those exploded. That's fine. Okay, now pop Astrid. And what we're going to do, okay, same thing. We let the archers pass. We're going to lay down Olog, and then we're going to lay down Xena. Okay, let's pop this. Let's pop this. Okay, so we can go ahead and withdraw Isolde and let Xena do the rest of the work right here. Boom. Okay, now we're going to withdraw Xena. Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, we're looking good. Let's go ahead and pop Elowen right here. Maybe I should drop a Wood Elf. Let's drop the Wood Elf. Okay, so she died, but that's okay. That's okay. She died. That's okay. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. What we're going to do is we're going to pop. Wait for it. Wait for it. So Elowen's going to die right here, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so if you need a little extra damage out of these guys right here, because these guys multiply if you don't kill them in time. If you need a little extra damage, you could always lay Xena right here, and she'll just put in work. But we didn't need to lay down Xena, but I'm just giving you guys examples. Sometimes you got to improvise. You got to improvise the strategy, guys. But that's how we do it with Xena, with Astrid, with everybody. I mean, this strategy is foolproof and it's easy to manipulate. You can always add in other heroes. It's an awesome strategy, amazing strategy. And the blueprint to the strategy was originally from Almighty Sword. So again, giving him a huge shout out. Dr. Deez is a fan of the Almighty Sword, and I expect you guys to sub to his account. But of course, Volca and Astrid's going to lead in damage. I mean, Xena, she did her job. 18 million, but she did her job. You just lay her down, let her booty clap. An amazing strategy, an amazing strategy. Now, let's go into the builds. All right, so let's start with my girl Isolde with her really nice skin. You know what I'm saying? The skin is pretty nice for my girl. Makes her look a little better. I mean, she looked like she swings for the same team, but that's okay. It's 2025. We don't mind that. So this is what I have on her. So with my girl Isolde, you might even want a little more HP than what I have on her. But her build's not super important. Just make sure it's at least in a Guardian set. You want her to have a good amount of HP, some defense, and be able to take the hits, right? So a Guardian set's awesome. Unshaken Will's awesome. Tempered Will is awesome as well. And these are the stats I have on her. Nothing too crazy. We also have a Bastion ring that isn't even fully upgraded. But Bastion ring is a must. You have to have a Bastion ring. Even if it's not upgraded at all, make sure she has a Bastion ring. You're going to need quite a few Bastion rings for this right here. So then we got Olog. I mean, technically you don't need him in a Bastion ring, but it helps. It helps, guys. All right. It just helps just in case, right? So we got him in a Bastion ring, and then we also have him in Guardian. We also have him in the Astral Guardian as well. Then these are the stats. With the Olog, you just want to make sure he has a lot of HP. That's the main thing. HP, then defense, and everything else doesn't really matter. So then we have Astrid. Astrid, you need to make sure she has good gear on, guys. Good gear. Astrid needs good gear. Soulbound Arcana is the route to go. Make sure she has Soulbound Arcana. Make sure her attack is decent. Attack speed decent. Crit rate and crit damage. So I'd like to, maybe even if you had just 14,000 attack, that should be just enough. But try to get the crit damage to at least 150. If it's like 15,000 attack, I don't know. Maybe I could have even went down to like 130 on the crit damage, 120. But 100% on the crit rate for sure. And then a little bit of attack speed goes a long way. At least like 250, at least 250 attack speed, but you want to make sure she has some of your best gear on if you want her to clear that left side. Then this artifact is a must. For stage 10, Eye of Sin is a must, and it's probably going to need to be fully upgraded, or at least to the 4-star promotion for the Eye of Sin. Then we come over here, we got my girl Xena, nothing too crazy. I just put a Soulbound Arcana set. I put a Wicked Vengeance, and then also these are the stats. We have her attack speed, crit rate, crit damage. Honestly, I just switched this from one of my other heroes, and it did the job. It did the job. The good thing is she just has amazing burst damage, right? And then the artifact, I use the Realm Tear. And then we come over here, we got Elwyn. So with these supports, you have to have high HP. It is a must. You have to have high HP. If you don't have high HP, they're going to die, guys. They're going to die. So make sure the HP is on another level. This right here was the sweet spot, 35,000 HP, 35,000. Make sure the HP is at 35,000, then you can work on the essentials. Attack speed's good, 423. We got some attack. That's good too. We also have healing effect and rage regen. Okay. I actually had to swap this off of my Fercy. I think this was my Fercy's build, mainly because she kept dying. So, you know, I had to swap this off my Fercy, throw it on her. But HP, this is what you want right here. This bad boy right here. Then let's do Lily. Let's do Lily next. So with Lily, oh, by the way, I had the, sorry, getting ahead of myself. I had the Golden Scarab on her. And then we come over here to Lily. Oh, shit. And with Lily, I also have her Invigoration. HP was a must. Lily kept dying. I had to really maximize this HP. And with her, what do we have it at? Above 36,000. I think 35,000 with Lily as well, but 36,000 plus is, you know, the more HP, the better. And she doesn't really have to heal too much. So we got attack speed. We also have healing effect and rage regen. And then a little bit of attack. And then right here, we got the Taya's Balm. You know, Taya's Balm on my girl. And then let's go to Torador. I mean, we didn't even use them, so it don't matter. Let's go to Baron. This is how I had my Baron built. We got him in the Tempered Will. Honestly, you could go Guardian. It's not a big deal. Just make sure you put HP, defense. Those are the two main things. And then I have Bastion Ring, of course. Not even upgraded at all. And then with Volca, I use the Infernal Roar set. We also use the Warlord set. These are the stats right here. So Volca is another one. If you're going to use Volca, you need to make sure she has high HP. Without the HP, she dies. So we had her in very high HP, and then we focused on the essentials after. This was her build. Keep in mind, we was using Torador's Lord Skill. Without Torador's Lord Skill, she probably wouldn't have been able to clear that side. But you got to make do with what you got, right? And then we come down here to the artifact. We also have the Eye of Sin. Eye of Sin is amazing for my girl Volca. And did we have anyone else? We also have Astrid. With the Astrid's build, you don't really need to build her into anything too crazy, right? I've literally had this on her for the longest time. We got some defense, we got some HP. She stays alive, and the guys on that side doesn't hurt enough to actually kill her. But of course, if you don't build her correctly with some HP and defense, she could possibly die. Little rage regen too might not be bad. And then we have Bastion Ring. It's not even upgraded, guys. I didn't upgrade any of the Bastion Rings, but let's see. Okay, that ends it. So you guys let me know in the comments. Did this help you guys? Is this not an amazing strategy? The power of Zen is a powerful thing, guys. That's where the greatness comes from. But all right, so that's all I got for tonight's video. You guys have a great rest of your night, and thank you for making it to the end.